Well, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, it is Green is Universal Week on the 10 show. And today we're talking to Susie McCoy, who is a garden expert who says indoor plants will make the difference in how healthy your home is. Hey, Susie, good to see you.
How are you, Bill? Nice to be here.
So these are plants that you think most people should have in their homes?
Absolutely. You should have one house plant for every 100 square feet.
Oh, well, that's a lot of plants.
That's a lot of plants if you want to filter the air inside.
So, and how do they filter the air?
Well, it's nature's mystery, actually, Bill, but plants absorb the carbon dioxide and other volatile organic compounds. That's kind of like the new buzzword, VOCs. And they absorb them, they eat them, they digest them, and they absorb them in their leaves and in their roots, and they use them as food.
Has it actually been measured that your house, the air in your house is healthier if you have lots of plants?
It's fascinating. It was tested by NASA. NASA wanted to see how they could make the space stations have cleaner air without having to have a lot of machines up there, and they wanted to know what to do with these chemicals once they absorbed them. And they discovered, by God, nature's plants.
How about that? And can they have plants up at the space
They
station?
did. They tested this spathiphyllum went up in the space station.
All right, you mentioned that, so well, let's start here.
Okie dokie, let's start there.
Which one? This is a spatha?
Well, a peace lily. That's what we call them. Yeah, I like to call plants by the names that we can pronounce.
Okay.
Yeah, you and I both.
And the space lily, is it because NASA is using it? Is it causes?
No, it's called a peace lily.
Okay.
Like it's a great time now to have a peace lily in your house. But this is a real workhorse. Not only because it absorbs formaldehyde and benzene, which is what cigarette smoke comes from, and TCEs, which is a very long name. We won't say what that is, but they're found in everyday chemicals that you have in your house: hairspray, dry cleaning, cigarette smoke, lighters. And this plant absorbs just about everything. And the other thing I love about the peace lily is it tells you when it needs to be watered. It kind of collapses a little bit. You may think it's dead, but it's so strong and sturdy. Just give it some water and it pops right back up. So it's a great plant.
People are mad at me because we're out of order, so let's go from the beginning now.
From the beginning, we're starting with the croton. The thing I love about a croton is you can see it's got all this fabulous color without any flowers, so it's boom without the bloom. A croton is another hardy plant. This one needs some light, so you want to keep this near a window, near a door, 5 to 8 feet away. This needs some light, whereas with this peace lily, low light, high light, doesn't matter.
Easy to grow?
All of these are very easy to grow. They're no-brainers.
They're brown thumb proof?
Brown thumb proof, okay. Absolutely. This is a Boston fern. If you can only have two plants, a Boston fern, a peace lily. Boston ferns are as old as they're prehistoric. They find them in fossils. And they absorb just about everything. If you're a smoker, you've got to have a Boston fern. For dry cleaning, for any chemicals that you use in your house for cleaning, for the printer cartridge in your office, this is a real hard-working plant to help keep your air. The plants will cleanse your air up to 87% of the indoor pollutants.
Really?
Isn't that amazing?
So you see on television, you see these infomercials and commercials for air filters that you need to buy, and instead you can get some house plants.
You can have some house plants. They're more than just a pretty face. They really do clean the air of the chemicals, and they are add moisture back into the environment, and they're a great way to go green. You know, we hear so much about the green movement and all these wonderful things we can do, and plants seem to be the last frontier for the green movement, it seems, and it really is the first frontier. So have some houseplants in your office. And they're great for, I see some college students in the audience, one of the first places that we get introduced to gardening when we're growing up is in your college dorm room. So have a houseplant in your dorm room.
You're saying that there may be something unhealthy going on in the college dorms?
Well, I'm not going to say what kind of chemicals it's going to be absorbing, but alcohol is one of them that it does absorb.
Very good. What is this one in between?
This is an anthurium. Isn't that a beautiful leaf and beautiful flower? And it's another one of these hardy plants. It's got these nice big leaves. The bigger the leaves, the more surface it can to absorb the volatile organic compounds. And the other great thing that plants do is they release moisture into the ground, so into the air. So now we're going into the season of...
It gets very dry.
Very dry.
Especially.
Yep. So you want to increase your moisture level without having an ugly humidifier or the dehumidifier for cleansing the air.
And finally, the peace lily, which we mentioned.
Find the peace lily, exactly.
So if it's one plant per 100 square feet, you have a 2,000 square foot home, you're going to need 20 plants.
Yes, yes.
And can they be concentrated downstairs, or should you have them spread throughout your house?
You should have them spread throughout your house. And an anthurium is a good plant to have on your desk because it breathes during the day, but they're plants that actually breathe at night. Orchids Orchids are a great house plant for your bedroom, bromeliads, because they do all their breathing at night. So you want to exchange that air in your bedroom at night. You'll get a better night's sleep. It reduces headaches, it reduces fatigue, increases concentration and creativity. So they are just wonderful.
Well, I think it's wonderful also that you're going to make everybody in our audience a little bit healthier, because everyone today is going home with a peace lily.
They are going home with a peace lily. Oh! And we're also, I want to mention that we're doing a campaign, O2 for You, Plants with a Purpose, because people, it's amazing, people really don't know where oxygen comes from. And the main purpose of plants is to absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So without them, where would we be?
Susie McCoy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bill.
All
It was a delight. Thank you.
Breathing easier already.
Breathing easier already.
We'll be right back with more of the 10 Show.